Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Skeleton Rap. This is episode 13. Give me your shit, motherfucker.
I
Break
cannot
yourself.
take you fucking serious with that shit, man.
Hey, bro. I will steal your shit right now.
So I was at home watching. Kevin has a fucking listening. Kevin has a ski mask on. He just pulled up with a whole Kanye fit.
Yeah. No, this is my own original fit.
Nah.
Well, basically, on the last episode, we were talking about how I was a fool, motherfucker. And then last episode, I was a biker. This episode, I am a robber here to rob your motherfucking shit. So
You really got gloves on and everything.
I know. Yeah.
I just fucking know it is.
So, yeah, hell yeah. No, that's what we got going on right now.
Hell yeah, respect.
Hey, comment, you feel me? Let us know what you're trying to see.
Let us know what you want Kevin to dress up as. You know what?
What?
Have you seen at Walmart they have the suits and they have one of the Peep Bunny?
Oh, yeah.
You need to pull up in one of them bitches.
Shit, maybe. Mayhaps. I'm going to save it for the Easter.
Yeah, it's like the Peep Bunny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like the one I sent to the chat.
Yeah, where they put the vest on him and shit. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna save that for Easter. So.
Baby.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, without further ado, we got a couple questions this time around. Thankfully. So, first question comes from Beautiful Mind. It says, "Would you consider your right hand to be cheating?"
No.
For those people at home who don't understand, whacking it with your right hand, would you consider that cheating?
Yeah, cranking one out with the right hand.
Well, we're probably not the people to ask.
Well,
they're probably the people to ask. Because we're gonna say no.
No, but like, what if I'm left-handed?
What doesn't fucking matter?
He said right hand, yo.
Okay, just any hand.
All right, cool. Would I consider that shit cheating? No.
Understandable.
I mean, same way, vice versa. What if I was a girl? You feel me? Like, and I was asked this question, I'd still be like, no, motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would be considered cheating. Thoughts, Miss Joanna?
No, I don't think it's cheating at all.
all right,
No cheating.
Babe. What? Come here. No, come here. Would you consider my right hand cheating if I use it to pleasure myself?
No.
Cool.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You heard it here first. Both of our girlfriends said no. So, yeah. What about you?
Can we ask Gustavo's?
No. You
Gustavo's
motherfucker.
Motherfucker's hoeing.
Very funny.
Motherfucker's hoeing. Isn't this a two-parter?
Yeah, and so he goes on to ask another question that says, does your girl need male friends? Fuck no.
She needs the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Those are the only male friends she's allowed to have.
I'm her male friend. You feel me?
Oh, baby.
That's it.
What do you think, Gustavo?
I wouldn't mind.
Anyways,
I wouldn't mind. I think I don't think I would mind, but like if it becomes a problem,
What would a problem be?
So like let's just say it's because I don't know. That's a tough situation because I don't care, right? But let's just say they start hanging out a lot,
yeah,
and they text a lot. Then it's kind of like, I don't know, it might be a little weird.
So you do care.
So you do care?
No, I mean to a certain extent I don't. But then
yeah.
I get what you mean.
I mean, same here. Like, okay, but
like you guys said, like it's almost like if you flip the question around and you're like, can I have lady friends?
I was about to say that too.
It's like,
I can't.
Why not? You can't? Are you for real?
Nah, it's my choice. I never really fucking.
Okay. Because it's like.
And that's what I tell everyone.
Oh, okay. Because if I'm like, can I have lady friends? Obviously, yeah, right. But it's like,
no, you can't, bro.
I wouldn't.
Whoa.
I wouldn't have lady friends. Out of respect, I think. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's how that question kind of goes, because it's like, if you respect your partner, you're either not gonna have any guy friends, or they're gonna be like, you're gonna more like put them as acquaintances.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
because I personally wouldn't, but I don't know.
No, I can't have female friends. I'm too irresistible.
It took me a minute to like catch on. I was like, "What the fuck?"
No,
are you
yeah,
talking
like the couple moments where I have, it's like she'll come and like peep me out. It'll happen at work because I don't fucking talk to females, and but and then they'll be talking to me at work, and I'll like talk to them. I don't care, and then she'll pull up to me at work, and she'll be like, "I don't want you to be friends with her. She is on your dick," and I'm like, "Damn."
It's because girls can tell.
I know, that's why, and I can't. So
toxic.
no, because I'm saying like you're good at sniffing that
Yeah.
out for me.
And then that also goes for guys too.
But she's also toxic, guys. She's on the weekend.
But then,
Call
that
help,
also
please.
goes. That also goes for guys too. We are able to sniff
Yeah,
out
exactly.
like what kind
That's
of
what I
guy.
mean.
You
So
know?
it's like I'm down with acquaintances and shit, but friends
Yeah.
or like best friends, that's like
yeah, no, best friends no.
Best
Come
friends
on.
definitely not.
An automatic thing that like is a no go is if you got blonde hair, if you got earring, a cross earring, you got khaki.
the
motherfucker.
back beard with no mustache.
You motherfuckers said just describe my whole
Yeah,
shit.
I mean-
White Air Forces, black
Uh,
socks.
Yes, sir.
I mean, nah, I'm just fucking around. I can't fuck with bitches. Period.
Period.
I just
Yes, sir.
can't fuck with bitches.
Can't vote with him.
I could barely fuck with motherfuckers out here, bro. You know, like I could barely fuck with myself, let alone fuck with other people.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
No,
why.
but yeah,
That's
I
why I
think-
steal shit.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that's how it goes. Like if you're like out of respect for your partner,
Yeah.
you kind of gotta like push those people away in a sense. And it's like sometimes when you've been friends with that person for a long time, then it gets kind of tough.
Yeah.
But like, come on,
Again, a
Yeah.
respect thing, bro.
It's
It
a
doesn't
respect
matter.
thing,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter.
oh baby.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
like
It's no excuse.
No excuse.
Anyway,
Bro.
moving on.
when it's like, and especially if it's like, oh yeah, he's my ex, but we're just friends.
Oh fuck no. Yeah, definitely.
That's
You got
like,
me- you got me fucked up.
free.
I'm not gonna fuck with you for the free. You need a membership?
You need a wristband. Yeah, fuck that. That's the biggest red flag.
yeah,
ever.
no,
Fuck.
I should have fucking known that shit.
Yeah, you're tripping.
That
for
shit-
You're tripping.
That shit is a fucking red flag.
Jim nigga
But
tripping.
I mean,
I mean,
Alright.
in my bad.
Damn,
I'm sorry,
go ahead, go
but
ahead.
like
Speak your
Um,
truth, I guess.
in a way, it's fine, right? But
is it?
I mean, I don't know. It's because it's conflicting.
Wait. Are you
'cause-
talking about the ex thing?
Yeah, it's because
Nah, hell
it's
no,
conflicting.
bro.
No,
like
you're
it.
tripping.
'Cause, like-
Because look, when you're in a relationship, it's out of due respect, and if you can't do that, then motherfucker, I don't want to be in a relationship with you because
baby.
that's the last thing I want to be worrying about. And it's not like I want like it's not like I'm worried about it anyways, but it's like there's an obvious open door left to this motherfucker that was part of the past. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? So like they left an open door or like a creek door open for this slimy motherfucker and slimy partner that you have, right? It's like, nah, fuck that. Like,
Oh baby, fuck all that.
Because like the way I'm thinking about it is like if you tell the girl, oh, I don't want you to talk to him. Like, doesn't that look insecure on you though?
A little bit, but it's like I said, like you can also tell other people's intentions
yeah,
better
that's
than
true.
a lot of times the person in the situation
Yeah.
can.
Because like in my situation, the reason it didn't bother me too much was because I knew that, like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like threatened by him. You know, I feel like that also kind of plays a big thing into it. Like, I didn't feel threatened by him. I looked at him; it was like a skinny ass dude. You know, like
Yeah,
probably
no,
not
it-
taller than I was. So like, you know,
Yeah, but it's
And
because
it's
like,
like-
sometimes even then it's like it's not about like feeling threatened or whatever, but it's like just discerning the other person's actions.
yeah, that makes sense.
That's the
Because
shit
like,
that happened to me. Like I was just hanging out with like a coworker, pretty much. Like in my head, I was just another coworker, and she would talk to me, and I'd like respond, but I wouldn't go out of my way to talk to her.
yeah.
And then she was like, "Nah, bro, like she wants you." And then I was
Mm.
like, "Oh shit, no way!" And then I looked into it, and I was like, "Damn, yeah." Sure
Because
enough.
because her behavior towards him was like strictly friends, and they didn't really talk that much,
Mhm.
you know, or not that I know of, right, or knew of. So I guess that's just like the tough situation,
Yeah.
you know, because like I don't know.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
I would rob a motherfucker's crib.
What
for
I
that
think
shit.
is weird, what I think is weird is when you're with somebody and they still talk to their exes, but then you break up with them and they block you on everything.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that make any sense?
that's
You know,
fucking
like
weird.
you didn't block that motherfucker when you were with me, but all of a
now
sudden
that I'm an
now
ex,
I'm gone.
yeah.
Now motherfuckers want to block me on everything now.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
All right. Well, moving on. Our next question is from David De Lucas.
David D.
Nice.
Lucas, yes, sir.
Lucas.
All right. It
Lucas.
says, "What the fuck does that say?
Man.
Favorite food and why?"
Oh,
It
okay.
just
my
said Fortnite.
what the hell? Favorite food and why? I like my mom's green enchiladas a lot. Like I would die for that shit, bro. They're spicy as fuck. Like
No,
they good as hell. Hey, bro, I'm talking.
my fault.
Yo,
Bro, this thing has no fucking water in it. Oh, it does.
Yeah.
This fucking weak ass straw.
It's not sucking it right, bro.
you gotta.
The straw's weak as hell.
Nah, bro.
Nah, I see water going through that motherfucker.
Oh, baby.
Anyways,
Ya
before
te
this
la
motherfucker,
chingaste.
Air bubbles and everything.
before this motherfucker rudely interrupted my whole shit.
Go, go.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna rob
bro,
your
my bad.
toaster, motherfucker.
My bad.
Anyway, yeah, my God, my mom's green enchiladas. That shit's to die for. I fucking love that shit. They're spicy as fuck. Nobody else enjoys them except for me, cause like they're just way too fucking spicy.
Hell
But
yeah.
I be fucking smacking on them hoes, and then like, when salsa be left over for the days after, I be putting them bitches in everything, like some rice or some fucking
Oh, baby.
with some eggs or some shit. It don't even matter. So yeah,
Respectable.
respect.
Yes, sir. Shit, for me, I think my favorite food would be, it's also my mom's cooking, but she makes, pollo en chipotle.
Oh,
And that's just fucking fire.
should be going crazy.
And then she also makes this shit, chilaquiles verdes.
Oh,
Them bitches go stupid. I be fucking,
chilaquiles. Damn.
yeah. I be
That
going
shit
in
sounds
on them
good as
bitches.
fuck.
Yes, sir.
What about you? Mis mamás lentejas.
Yeah. How the fuck did you know I was gonna say
You
that?
mentioned it in
Yeah,
the
you mentioned
episode
it
with the
before.
last meal shit.
Yeah, that's
remember?
probably what. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to have. I don't know. I just like them. Ever since I was a little kid, that's been my favorite
Yeah, that's
thing.
what's up.
Yeah, lentejas are heavily slept on. I used to be like, no, I don't want the bitches. And
Yeah.
I like ate some and the bitches was fire.
I can imagine.
fuck with you for free.
I'm not gonna fuck with you for free.
Nah, but
You have a membership? I need a membership. That's what I'm gonna do it to him when he's trying to break into my house. You got a
You need a
membership?
wristband.
You need a wristband. You got a
yeah,
wristband?
I don't care. Nah, well,
I don't care.
thank you, David D. Lucas, for always leaving a question, bro. We appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right, next question comes from Ximena Yeager. It says, dream
Ximena.
cars.
It's an X.
Same fucking
It's
bullshit.
called Ximena.
Tomato.
Hey, don't,
Disrespectful.
Nah, I'm
ass
playing. Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
Yo,
Ximena.
don't
That's
look
because
at
I
me,
read
bro.
the X and I really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
wait, what was it?
Ximena Yeager, but with the X. Yeah.
No. What was the question?
Oh, it says dream cars.
So we talked about this in a previous episode, but we're going to touch on this shit again. I feel like we
Nah,
should
bro. Go listen to episode 10.
fuck out.
Right now.
Well,
Click
I
on
kind of want
episode
to.
10.
I kind of want to talk about this shit again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like we should talk about like supercars or some shit, like some newer shit.
Yeah, because
Because last time we were just
immediately
like,
went to like
yeah.
initial D.
Bro, shut.
That's
up,
what we
bro.
all went to. I went to the
No.
RX-7. You said
Classic
the A6,
cars.
and you said what? The NSX.
No, it's classics.
Okay, well, yeah, classic cars, I guess then.
Bro, I got that shit from Need for Speed, bro. You tripping, bro? Fuck out of here. Anyway,
You just haven't
so like,
watched Stage
so
5.
newer shit. I'm talking, bro. The fuck wrong with you? this motherfucker.
Last episode,
want me
I
to-
didn't talk for shit. Now I'm interrupting everybody.
Yo, I'm gonna steal your lawnmower,
Oh, yeah.
your toaster. I'm gonna rob your dad.
You gonna rob? You gonna rob the battery I just put in the car?
Oh, baby.
You fucked, you fucked up telling me that shit. But I think a Corvette C8. I like those
Yeah.
C8s. Those shits is fucking fire as hell. So yeah.
Respectable. Well, me, I foresaw some bullshit like this happening, so I gave a classic and a newer one. So for my newer one, I'm still gonna say the fucking, what is it? Is it the Proto or the
Proto.
400?
The 400Z.
Well, the
400
Proto.
ZX, some
Yeah.
shit.
They called it the Proto before it came out, but I think they just calling it the 400Z.
Yeah, one of them bitches. But this the fucking. It looks like it was built like a fair lady. Came out like this
Yeah.
year, last year. That should go crazy.
That
I
should
would
go
love
crazy.
that
Yeah.
shit.
What about you, bud?
The new 86, the GR86.
Mm.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I'd
that's
go
what's up. Respectable.
Respectable. All right, next question comes from Joanna. Says, do you like giving or receiving?
Depends on what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
wrote
That's
this bitch.
that's all it is.
That's all it says?
That's the question.
Damn.
All right. So
Me personally, I like
eh,
receiving gifts better than giving gifts. You know, I'm just self-centered like that.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, like, I like receiving gifts. That shit's always nice, but I also like giving. Like, I like putting some thought into my shit. I don't always give, but when I do, I always like to be thoughtful about it.
Hell
So yeah.
Is that actually what we're talking about?
I don't know.
Wait, who? She's the one who asked the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So ask her
So
again.
Okay.
This is actually gifts.
Are
I
you
was
sure?
trolling.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
I thought it was like head, but I
Yeah.
was trolling.
He said we could make it about head.
All right, let's talk.
Yeah, Kevin would say that
let's let
shit.
let's let him answer the gifts, and then we'll
And then
bring
we'll
it
go back
to
and
her.
rock.
Giving. I'd rather give somebody something than get
This is
something.
up.
I fucking hate picking out gifts for people, especially
For
like,
real?
like people that I don't know that well.
Oh yeah. Especially
Well, that makes sense because it's stressful. But
Yeah, so I just don't.
well, when I thought about it, I always thought like somebody who I know. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's what I was
I know.
thinking as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't really
It's
give.
'cause even then, I'd be like forgetting motherfuckers. Like if I don't see you, like you don't exist. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Makes
you know?
sense.
And so like people would be like, "Damn, bro, you forgot." I'm like, "Dude, I wasn't even thinking about you. Like
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
you existed.
Straight
Let
up.
alone your birthday, your Christmas, whatever."
Yeah,
Like,
straight the fuck up.
yeah.
Yo, Hanukkah, whatever. But
Yo, nigga.
well,
Well,
let's bring this shit back around. So
Yes, sir.
now we're talking about head. Do you like receiving or
Or
giving?
giving.
Well, oh shit, me.
No, go ahead. I was saying it with you.
Oh, okay, cool. I like receiving.
Respect.
I don't like work. No.
I don't like working this motherfucker. Shit, me personally,
We know you don't like working. Look at you. Steal it.
I thought you were just calling him bum, but I was like,
Uh huh. Hey, but this is what I do for a living.
I mean,
motherfucker. Come
Come on,
on.
baby. I
He's
personally like giving than receiving. What can I say? I like putting the work in. I'm about my grind. I like punching the time clock.
This motherfucker. This
It's so fucking
motherfucker.
hilarious because you know what?
Yeah.
You're always fucking working. Like that's one thing
Yeah.
you do. You're always fucking working, and this motherfucker's never working. Like, so it just fits, bro. Like it just fits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
And what about you?
I guess receiving. I never gave.
Respect. Damn. You're missing out, buddy.
Yeah, I'm agree with this. Anyways,
Okay. I think that's all our questions for this week. So once again, if you're not following us on Instagram to ask us questions, you're a fucking bozo. Go do that shit. Please and thank you. Oh,
Or he's
wait
gonna
a
rob your
minute. I
fucking
had
house.
another question.
what
Oh,
was it?
fuck. I guess I forgot to write it. Give me a sec.
Fuck. In the meantime, I'm gonna talk
Sound like
about
a
how
difficulties.
my master plan to steal this motherfucker's battery. First, when he's not looking, I'm gonna take his keys. When he decides to go be piss boy in the bathroom.
No, sir,
Okay,
no
so
piss boy
this it was kind of a topic, not question, but then he asked me a question. So it says, talk about the new Batman movie. I want to know who y'all think has played the best one. So who do y'all think has played the best Batman in like movies and shit?
Well, we haven't seen the Batman, so we can't really talk about it.
Y'all
but
fucking tripping.
sorry,
Yeah.
but the best Batman? I like George Clooney.
Hell yeah.
George
I think
Clooney.
I have the pop figure of George
Yeah.
Clooney, don't I?
Yeah.
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 George Clooney out of everybody, you chose George fucking Clooney.
Hey, yo, mind your fucking business, man.
Lord have mercy.
Lord, man, fuck you.
He's like, now I'm really stealing your battery, you bitch.
Yeah.
Me personally, I only seen like 3 or 4 fucking Batman like movies. I only saw Ben Affleck, whoever the fuck played him in The Dark Knight.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Oh,
And
Christian.
then Robert Pattinson. So for me, out of those 3, I would say Robert Pattinson, hands down. He fucking killed that shit.
Oh, for real?
Yes, sir. When we went stupid.
Well, because I had an irrelevant answer, let me just I like Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Hell yeah. Respect.
He
Yeah,
did a
but
good
I
job.
feel like if Robert Pattinson hadn't come out with one, I think one of my favorites would be Ben Affleck. I really liked how they portrayed his Batman, but it was just like he was stuck in shit movies. But
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have given him like good writing, a good like plot and shit, he would have been a pretty great Batman.
Ben
Oh, yeah.
Affleck is the Andrew Garfield of Batman.
Baby, yeah.
Yeah. Ben Affleck grew on me, but wait, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not gonna be like a spoiler thing, but is You played Arkham games, right?
Yeah, I've only played like 1 or 2.
Okay. Is Robert Pattinson's Batman anything like Arkham Batman?
What do you mean by anything like
And
it?
in the way of like, he's more like a detective.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I was telling you, this Batman is like, it brings it back down to
Mhm.
like really like street level. Like he doesn't have all the crazy tech like you associate with Batman, you know. Well, you know how like everyone's like, nah, bro, Batman solos, give him prep time and he solos
Yeah.
anybody, right? Like he doesn't have the tech to so where you can be like, nah, yeah, bro, like he solos. But and I like it works for the movie because the whole movie you're like watching it go down and like he's just a man, but it's like everyone still perceives him as like this myth because of how long he's been like doing it basically, which is like not long but like long enough to have like a reputation.
Yeah.
And so like he'll go to the crime scene and like the cops are still like, yo, what the fuck is you doing here? But then like he's tight with Commissioner Gordon, yeah. And so he's like, he's with me, and then they're like, you motherfucker, you know?
Because that's like my favorite time period in Batman's like thing.
Yeah,
you know?
and then it's not like corny, like you know how in like some of the newer versions of Batman, it's like Gordon like flashing the signal,
Yeah.
and like lightning strikes, and then he's there.
Like, that's literally
it takes
the
him a
only thing.
second to show up, and
Yeah.
like the whole movie he's walking.
in the past movies, Gordon, that's all he's been. He's just been the motherfucker that turns on the signal. He has like rarely any character development,
Yeah.
really.
Nah, but in this one, it's like he really does work with fucking Gordon. And then also, I just want to speak my piece on that shit. Y'all remember how we were talking about some fucking review for the Batman where they were like, oh, this was fucking like 3 hours with no laughs or whatever,
Oh,
this
yeah.
or that. And like, I can't remember. Like, first of all, you're fucking stupid. Everyone like said it was going to be a darker Batman. If
Yeah.
you like illusioned yourself into thinking it was going to be anything else,
Yeah.
you're a fucking bozo.
Yeah.
But that shit was fucking hilarious. I was rolling. Like,
For real?
yeah. And it's mainly because of the Riddler. Because of his fucking bullshit riddles. Like, one of them, and I think this one was revealed in, like, all the trailers and shit, but it's like, he's, like, at a crime scene, and, like, on the guy's face is like, what does a liar do when you kill them? Or some shit. And then it's like, he lies still. And I be fucking rolling in the goddamn movie theater, and there's like 2 or 3 more there, but like it's so hilarious because they deliver that shit deadpan. Like they're looking at it like, what the fuck does this mean, this and that, and then Robert Pattinson walks in and he just like looks around and he stares at it and he's like, he lies still. And I'm fucking dying. I'm like, bruh, you cannot do that shit to me.
Yeah.
I can just imagine him like laughing, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
Oh god.
They're all like looking up at
I'm
his
doing
head.
like my silent cat going like
But the reason I'm asking that is because like I've always wanted them to do like an Arkham type of
Yeah.
Batman, because to me like those are my favorite moments, like especially in Origins.
like when you're putting the shit together.
Yeah, like in Origins they would have this thing where you would roll up to like a dead motherfucker, and then he would use like his
Yeah,
little
I
shit
remember
to
that
like
shit, to, like, look
backtrack
at,
the
like,
shit,
evidence and
and you'd
whatnot.
find the bullet hole, and then you go and do this, and he's like, oh, he flew through this way, and the
Yeah.
bullet hole entered that way, and it came up through here, and yada yada yada, and then that's like my favorite moments in those movies. I mean, in those games, and I've always wanted them to do that. So if he's like that, I haven't seen the movie,
Yeah,
so I
no,
can't
that
say
shit's
for sure,
fucking-
but I think Patterson will be my favorite one.
Yeah, no, they do that shit, and that's just dope. And like I'm saying, it's fucking hilarious because it's like he's become this myth for like criminals and shit, but he's still like a person, like just a man. And so like he'll get like an inside scoop on something like because he's there at the crime scene and he'll put something together. It's like, oh, I gotta go here and do this. And instead of being like every fucking Batman movie and game and like he like finds a sneaky way in and like breaks in through the vents or some shit, he just shows up. He's like, and then like he goes to like a club or some shit and he just goes and knocks and they're like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? And it's like, I'm looking for whatever the fuck. And then he like closes the door and he brings out his friend to like try to rough him up and he fucks him up. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, like he's literally just walking everywhere and they don't even introduce the Batmobile to like halfway through, if that. And then he starts riding in places, but he's still just walking.
So,
Yeah, because I think that's one of the reasons why Origins was like one of my favorite games, because a lot of people hated on it. I can't remember exactly why, but the whole game is like, it's Batman's second year.
Yeah.
And on Christmas night, he gets hunted down by, I think it was 7 assassins. And the whole game, it's like, it's clear that he's not like that OP Batman that like just fucks everybody up.
Yeah.
Like he's still a man, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a part in the game where like he got roughed up and he's like all fucked up, but then he gets like I think a clue or some like bullshit information about one of the assassins that's like, you know, around. It might have been Deadshot, and then Alfred's like yo, don't go, like, you know, don't leave the Batcave
like
or whatever, like you're hurt,
yeah.
like you're just you're a rich kid with a trust fund and daddy issues or some shit like that. And he's like, no, like I'm the reason the criminals, like, you know, breathe easy when the sun comes up.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's like, he's a man, but yet he's
But
important to
yeah.
the city. And
yeah, that's
he's
kind of
like-
how it goes for most of the movie. And like you'll see him like take a few punches, like he's not the OP Batman that everyone wants to think.
yeah,
So that's just tight as fuck.
yeah. I can't wait for them to drop more movies for this thing. I hope.
Yeah,
that
I think they
do
got
really good.
greenlit for like 2 shows, like 2 spin-off shows, and then 2 more movies, so like a trilogy.
Man.
Yeah.
I
So
hope that
hopefully
this
that shit
takes
goes
off.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. So
DC needs this shit. They've been down
yeah, they've been
horrendous.
fucking lacking. And then the thing is, also, I feel like a lot of people that left those negative reviews because it wasn't funny is because that's been the only thing pulling DC through. Like, what?
He's fucking looking off like this. He's like,
Like with the Suicide Squad and then Peacemaker and shit like that, like it's all been like funny, corny shit, and that's the only thing that's been pulling them through, like the box office and like sales and whatnot. And then for them to finally come out with some shit that's like not, you know, like trying to be funny every 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a little bit jarring, but like if you go and not expecting that shit, like it's a fucking great watch.
yeah. And also, I think Marvel has kind of like
Yeah, instilled
conditioned
that shit
people
in
to think
everybody.
like, oh, these movies have to be funny. And then when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out and they revealed that they added jokes to that shit when they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it kind of reinforced like the whole, oh, these movies are supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
When they're not. Zack Snyder never wanted that movie to be funny.
Oh god.
That's why in the Snyder Cut, there's not jokes in that bitch.
Yeah.
Because they added all those jokes after he like quit the project and that other director came in.
Yeah.
Especially with the Flash, all that shit was forced. None of that shit was funny.
fucking stupid.
But they're jokes, and people expect this shit to come out of these DC movies. But what people don't understand is DC is like generally more gritty. Like
Yeah.
it's not supposed to
There's
be funny. It's not supposed to be funny, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, understandable. All right, well, for our first fucking topic, we have the fucking news from Russia. The Russian ruble is now fucking, the value is falling through the fucking floor. I was going to say roof, but that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Well,
That's just fucking crazy.
shit is crazy. It's
Because
like
of all the fucking
point-
sanctions and shit.
yeah, it's like 0.0096.
Yeah.
Someone said it was worth a V-Buck. Who
No,
said
it's less
shit?
than that.
Less
Yeah, it's
than a
worse
V-Buck?
than-
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
less than a V-Buck.
like, it's worth like 0.00 some shit. Like Kevin was saying, and like a V-Buck is worth like, I think like 0.01 or some
Yeah.
How
shit
the
of
fuck
a
is a
dollar.
V-Buck worth more than a fucking...
It's
Russian
because
dollar?
like all the sanctions that they've put on shit and like all that bullshit has made it like devalue, and like the fact that they're starting the war, everyone's like, we don't want to do business with Russia no more, and so like that shit just threw fucking Russia's value down the fucking drain.
They're gonna
Um,
suffer so much.
And then what they're doing in fucking for the Russian people, they're like not letting them withdraw their fucking rubles and shit.
No fucking
So they
way.
can't. The Russian people can't even cash out and like switch to a different currency. Like they're limiting them on like how much they can take out for shit.
Damn, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Well, $1 equals 139 rubles.
Right now,
Yeah.
that's fucking
Holy
crazy.
shit.
Yeah. And
They
that
got
brings me to
P5s
another
in
point.
Russia?
See, huh?
They got P5s in Russia.
This motherfucker.
That's just probably
You
gonna
probably
be
won't
what
go
it
buy one. Like you
Fuck.
can't afford that bitch. That bitch is now like $1 million.
You
No.
said 195.
Huh?
You said 195. $1 is worth
139.
139. Fuck.
Whoa,
That shit is gonna be 69,500 rubles, my guy.
But wouldn't
God
it be
damn.
if
Still
I just...
$500.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's what I was
like,
gonna say. Like, I always, when I was little, I used to think like, because my parents used to tell me like, oh, everything is like less expensive in Mexico if you take dollars,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, I'll just go with dollars and buy whatever the fuck I want. But they just hike the price up.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's actually sometimes
Yeah.
it ends up being more expensive to buy shit down there because of the price hike.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, sir. So I bring me to like Venezuela. Like Venezuela has the
Oh,
Bolivar,
yeah.
and that is worth 462,000 is worth $1.
Fuck yeah, they've been fucked like that.
So like, I kind of compared those two. I was like, they got to be like on the same level, but nah, I don't know.
Nah, yeah.
Venezuela's way down there. It got to a point where Venezuela was just using like, they had vendors that were just like making like coin purses and like they're making necklaces and like bracelets and shit out of the currency. Like
Yeah,
they
'cause
would take the
worth
bills and they
fucking
would
nothing,
it's
yeah.
worth
What
it's worth
the
nothing.
fuck?
It's basically fucking toilet paper. You can wipe your ass with that bitch.
Yeah, that
And
fucking
like
point.
you won't see me stealing that shit anytime soon. But
You know what this fucking fit reminds me of, low key?
What?
Do you guys remember in Batman Begins before Bruce Wayne became Batman and he used just the suit
with
and he
like
used the fucking ski mask just like that? That's what that shit is reminding me of right
Oh, he
now.
does it and
Word.
shit.
well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry, but
You've never watched Batman Begins?
I can't say I have.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You got Hulu? It's on Hulu.
But it's already too late for that. I'm already in the fit. But yeah, shit.
Yeah,
that's still some
crazy.
bullshit because
Oh,
a fucking piece of bread, like, okay, so the poor is now poor and the rich is now also poor. You know,
yeah, but
or a
them
little less.
motherfuckers have like diversified assets already.
Oh, well, yeah.
So it's like, even if it's like they only have like a fraction of their fucking net worth in fucking
Like,
rubles.
but
so
see, now it costs more to maintain their fucking assets. You feel me?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, because I mean, say
But
they
they're
have
probably already like international type shit. If they're any like good. oligarchs.
well, I mean, with that being said, you remember that Russia's the motherfuckers that started the war. Motherfuckers don't want to do business. So even if it was international, it is now
Oh,
just
yeah.
national.
Yeah,
You
that's
feel me?
right,
So
yeah.
like I said, the rich are now just a little bit poorer than they were. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the poor just got poorer.
Yeah.
So
And the thing is, in times like this, like, I'm pretty sure, like, even the rich people don't give a fuck about the money. They just want to live, you know?
Mhm.
I'm
Because,
sure,
like,
yeah.
it comes down to the point where it's like, yeah, I got all this fucking money, maybe, but the fuck does it matter if I get shot by a tank?
Yeah.
yeah,
you know?
Oh, but them motherfuckers are safe.
yeah, the
Oh,
motherfuckers
yeah,
got to worry
yeah.
about that is the
Them
Ukrainians.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
probably none of them are in near Russia right now.
Yeah.
With all that bullshit going on.
Yeah, they're just busy trying to defend themselves.
Wait, is
Yeah.
Russia still letting people leave their country?
I have no idea. I never heard
Yeah.
about that.
Who knows if they still have ports open? Hey, bro, sandwiches.
Yeah, who knows?
Drinking out
Sounds you
your...
better drink your water.
No way. Yeah, you drinking out your water, bro.
Get your shit.
Hell no.
Yes, sir. No, but and then also there was this one shit. A bunch of fucking Russian influencers are like condoning the invasion, and like on TikTok and shit.
Mhm.
But what's fucking hilarious is that they're all reading off the same script.
Oh,
No
really?
fucking way.
Yeah.
So,
like
so you think that they're like...
the Russian government's like reaching out to them,
Yeah.
and like being like, "Yo, go condone this shit," you know?
And we might not kill you.
Oh God, yeah, it's either like they're threatening them or they're paying them. But so I came up with the question with that shit. So it's like, how big of a bag does the United States got to come to you to be like, yo, bro, support us in fucking Russia for us to send kids to Russia?
Oh, to send kids to Russia?
Well, I mean that's what they're doing. There's,
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
it's
they are
like
doing that shit.
Well, I mean, not
influencers and
technically
shit.
kids, but like youngins,
like,
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
young adults.
Yeah.
Probably like-
how big of a bag? Shit. You can get me in with the 2 for $6.
Free 2%.
Fuck no.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
free 2 for
Can you
$6.
blame me?
Nah, I mean, in all seriousness, shit. I don't know, man. It's not right. You feel me?
It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not.
It's not right. So I'd rather, I don't know, like. It's either you condone that shit and get a bag, and then you lose a bag. You feel me? So like you're losing like followers.
Yeah.
You're losing like influence and shit like that. Motherfuckers gonna discredit you and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like it's a bag for a bag.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. So say you don't take that bag, well, the motherfuckers probably gonna be like, hey, well, you fucked up.
Oh,
You know,
God.
you fucked up. We gonna fuck. We gonna fuck with your shit now. You feel me? So,
Hell yeah.
I mean, if I had to, I'd say no. You know, I don't think I'd take anything just because like I know the will of the people. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure that those motherfuckers in Russia are taking a like big backlash. You know,
Yeah, from
like
that shit.
they're like, bro, we do not want this shit. What the
Oh,
fuck?
God.
Why are you like
Mhm.
telling people we want this shit? You know,
Yeah.
like we'll kick your fucking door down and steal your toaster. You know, like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Shit. For a motherfucker like me, 10 mil.
Oh,
That's
10
it.
mil is a good number.
Yeah.
10 mil is a good number. Damn,
Even
you think
like 5 mil.
You think they would give you that shit? I don't
They
think
probably
they
would.
maybe.
This is the U.S. This is the U.S. government, bro.
They just print money, bro. Don't matter.
Yeah.
Then we'll be Venezuela again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you print money.
I think for me it would be, I don't know, cause okay, let's just say you take the money, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say that shit isn't devalued. What if that shit devalues?
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
I mean,
so your
obviously
10
so-
mil becomes nothing.
Well, I mean, I don't know about nothing, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I would take that because now you're losing like influence and shit. Like I said,
Well, but
and now your shit is worth less. Like, you know, say you got 100,000, you know, off of that shit.
mhm.
That shit is now worth about 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's
feel
just
me?
say 10 mil, right?
That's
Even if it goes down like a lot, you still have maybe like a couple million, right?
no.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 10 mil, and it's 139. Well, I mean, I think that's 100,000.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Your
Nah,
shit.
I'm just moving quick with it. Fuck it.
'Cause
Fuck it.
look-
moving it around before it devalues.
Because I was
yeah.
gonna say, look, if you have that amount of money, you're like, I'm losing influence.
Yeah.
What are you doing the social media shit for in the first place? Some people do it for the influence. Some people do it for the money. If you have the money, you don't need the influence.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Well, yeah, obviously.
You know. But I think the problem becomes, yeah, you could take the money, but if it devalues, you're not gaining anything from it. You know, you're actually losing because if you take the money, it devalues. You're losing money, and you're losing the influence you have.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. So if you say no, then you keep the influence you have and you just keep grinding. Now, if the government was like, "Oh, we're gonna fuck you up if you don't," that's a different story. You know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I guess you kind of have to.
You kind of have to at that point. But if I had the choice of free will, I'd say no.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd say no.
But if I was
Yeah.
in Russia, then I don't know. Maybe I'd take the bag over it. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
If I was in
All right,
Russia.
and then next we got McD sued for 900 mil.
Oh yeah. So yeah, in a previous episode, we were talking about how the ice cream machine is always broke.
Yeah.
So McDonald's is actually getting sued by that same ice cream manufacturer
Yeah.
No way.
for $900 million.
By the manufacturer?
Yeah, like the ice cream
What?
motherfuckers. Yeah.
They were like,
what?
"We've had enough. You've been shitting on our product for all these
For
years."
what? Or like
Well, I think it's for that same reason that we were talking about, like quote unquote, the shit is always down, You feel me? something like that. I don't know, like it's probably like a collective of like shit. But for $900 million, yeah, I feel like it'd probably be a collective
Yeah.
of
Well,
shit.
I heard it, but I heard that it was like some motherfuckers found like a solution to their fucking problem, and they're suing them. I didn't hear that it was the company, the ice cream machine company,
Oh really?
something like that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Shit. Here, hold up. Allow me to look at this bitch.
All right, well, while you're doing that, we're gonna send Gustavo off with this. You said you were saying some shit about the USFL.
Oh yeah,
What
the
were you gonna
USFL
say?
is coming back.
So what the fuck is that?
So, before I was born, way before I was born, fucking
The
that
United
ass minute
States
ago.
of Fucks League.
Yeah, the United States of Fuck League and the National Football League were a thing. They were both like, you know, it was a spring league. I'm not exactly sure if they were both in the fall or one of them was in the fall, one of them was in the spring, right?
Yeah.
So there was like year-round football.
Yeah.
But I'm not exactly sure why, but the NFL sued the USFL and the USFL fucking crumbled.
Yeah.
They disappeared for a long time.
Damn.
So the NFL's had like a monopoly on football ever since. But recently, well, not recently, but there's always been like a lot of leagues that try to take over the spring because that whole market is open,
Yeah.
you know? And there's always people that want football in the spring, but for some reason, something always happens where they can't stay alive. The XFL happened, they didn't last that long. The AAF happened, they didn't even fucking last the whole season.
Damn.
The XFL came back, they didn't last the whole season because of COVID. They have some smaller leagues like the Spring League, but no one really watches the Spring League. And now the USFL is making a comeback, but this week I found out that the original owners from the USFL are suing the new ones because these dumbasses use the same fucking branding, the same names, and the same
Bruh.
logos that they used before. So they're like, yo, this is our shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, why are you using our shit again? Like,
God damn it.
but I have a feeling the USFL is going to win this shit because for them to still have the rights to it, they have to
Yeah.
copyright it every 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Right? and it's been 30 years since the USFL's been around.
Word.
So, I think it's CBS or Fox, one of those fucking shit. I guess they were just like, well, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
They haven't renewed the license for it, so we can use them, you know?
Hell yeah.
But who knows? Who knows if the league will even start?
I heard that
this
the
point.
XFL was coming back or something.
XFL
like
is
that,
coming back,
but did,
next year.
NFL bought it or something.
No, the NFL didn't buy it. They're working with the NFL to test new rules and regulations
something
for
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Word.
Because for a long time, the NFL's wanted to get rid of the kickoff. You know, when they kick the ball off to the other team and then they run it back to see
Yeah.
how far you can get down the field. The reason being is that single play causes a lot of fucking injuries. Because it's
Word.
just people going fucking head on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, full fucking speed head on.
Yeah.
It's the play that causes the most injuries in the NFL.
Uh-huh.
Head injuries, broken bones, anything. So they've wanted to get rid of that. And the XFL has a thing where they just start at the 25-yard line, you know? So they get rid of that whole play. It moves faster. The game moves faster. But the NFL hasn't, like, been able to do it because they can't test it. You know, the NFL.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. So they're going to work with them to test new rules because the overtime rules are also different in the XFL. Because the overtime rules in the NFL are bullshit. Because if you tie,
Yeah.
they coin toss. And whoever coin tosses, whoever wins that shit, basically wins the game.
Oh,
Because you just go and you score and the game's
Yeah.
over, you know? But in the XFL, I think it's you coin toss and you both get a chance. So if the one
so
that-
it's almost like golden goal
Yeah,
type shit.
the one that doesn't fucking score, then you lose, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're saying it's not fair that the game's really decided on the flip
The
of a
coin
coin,
toss, yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
But
Word. That's what's up. Well, I'm back from my research
All right.
run.
Is
so
you still
that-
recording?
Yeah, I'm still
Oh,
recording.
okay, better.
Yeah. Well, so they're getting sued by the motherfuckers, like I was saying.
Oh, by the
Yeah,
national machine?
yeah.
But for
But
what?
so it's because McDonald's allegedly sent out emails to like other like companies
Yeah.
saying that all their bullshit was like fraudulent. It didn't work. Like it was all just bullshit and whatnot. And then they're suing them, saying like, oh no, like you guys
Like
are.
McDonald's was slandering them, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
a defamation and whatnot.
yeah.
And so yeah, that's why they're getting sued by them motherfuckers.
Ah, damn, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. I want to see motherfuckers getting, beat the fuck up in NFL. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
whatever in football. That's
Yeah.
what I want to see.
Yes, sir. All right, and then here we have North Korea's fake tours. So that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a video the other day of like a motherfucker taking a tour and like the lady, like one of the lady generals, or I don't know, I guess the lady tour guide, she was dressed like a general. She was talking about how the North Korea defeated the U.S.
Yeah.
And then some motherfucker just let out like a laugh. And like they're like, I wonder what happened to that motherfucker, like, right?
Yeah, no,
Right.
this
Yeah.
has been going on for like a while, and
Yeah.
they'll have like ghost towns and cities and shit to make it look all nice and shit, and they'll do the tours there, but like nobody actually lives
Yeah,
there.
nobody's there.
Yeah.
They're actually just some poor motherfuckers, like,
Yeah.
just
That's
living
just
off of
fucking
scraps.
crazy.
I was
Even less than that.
I was listening to a podcast of this one guy he's like a Spanish YouTuber, but he
Yeah.
travels all around. And he was talking about how, like, when they're going on tour, they tell him, like, once we cross this bridge, like, make your final phone calls, whatever, because there's no service. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but the moment you cross the bridge, you're in a dead zone. Like, from there on, you're in a dead zone. And you have to, like, I don't know if they exactly had to sneak a phone in or sneak some VPN or something like that in so they could get, like, Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
But the people in North Korea don't have access to anything.
Yeah, like the internet and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have their own like little Facebook and YouTube and shit like that.
yeah.
And in those tours, like there's super specific things that you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And then there's
Yeah.
super specific things that you can and can't bring on the trip there.
Yeah.
So like he was talking about how they visited like these, I think it's on YouTube. It's just this place. It's like a palace on this side, not like a palace, but like a memorial. Imagine like the where Abraham Lincoln's bitch ass is sitting,
Yeah.
and then there's a different. There's like a different one on the other side.
Shaking my fucking head. You talking
In
about
the
Abe
Lincoln
Lincoln himself,
Memorial.
yo?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay,
That's my president right there.
And then the tour guide's like specifically telling them don't cross the street, you know.
Shit.
And then he was saying that some fucking guy crossed the street and they fucking got his ass and arrested him and took him off. And he was like, I never saw him again.
Damn.
So like they be
Dumbass.
fucking violating people on those
Dumbass
fucking tours,
motherfucker.
yeah. Oh, and you can't take pictures.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah, I've
search
heard
your
that
shit.
Yeah.
They search everything. They search your phone. Like they go through everything.
What if I got some shit on there, bro?
They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
Damn.
They'll search it for pictures. They'll search it for messages. They'll
You
do
know what
everything.
I would do? I would like fill my camera roll with like
Bullshit.
like just a picture of a dick, like the
A picture of
just like a dick pic.
of like Kim Jong Un, but like Photoshop to do some stupid shit.
I'm gonna get sent to jail, bro.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
no.
You're
No,
gonna
I'm gonna
get
just have like
tortured.
a 1,000 pictures of like a dick pic. That's it. They're
They
gonna
go,
be like,
they go, yeah. Fuck. But
Yeah.
fuck. What was I gonna say? Okay,
well, yeah, they be bullshitting. Well, you know, they're spending their money on that fucking bullshit. Well, most of the people, large portion of the people are like living in shambles, living off of
Yeah.
scraps. Less than that, matter of fact. And then the people in power, which is just one person, but like everyone else that's like an underling of, you know, Kim Jong Un,
Yeah.
is like these highly praised generals and whatnot, even though they haven't had any like military. Or well, they have. I remember that North Korea and South Korea had a war,
Yeah.
but like apart from that, it wasn't very successful. And so like they have these like highly praised generals that are like gods. They're like, oh, we're the best.
yeah, with like all the
Yeah,
fucking,
the whole fucking shit.
Yeah.
But they haven't earned
done
not a shit.
Yeah.
And you're talking about media and all that bullshit. Well, yeah, bro, they barely have food. Like, let
Yeah.
alone like fucking you know
Yeah.
media. And so what motherfuckers will do is that they'll send in like South Korea at the border. They'll send in like shit on balloons, like like CDs, like what fucking
Oh, I
not,
think
and they'll
I've heard
send them.
about that.
Yeah, they'll send them in, and like, if like you can't watch porn either. Like for real, like you can't watch porn
Yeah,
and
like
that shit.
everything's blocked over
Yeah,
there.
everything. So like they'll send all that shit, and if you're caught with it, jail, buddy.
Yeah, North
so-
Korea is like the definition of that one kid that's like, yeah, I got a girlfriend, but she goes to another school. You know,
Yeah.
because they literally tell their citizens like all this crazy shit about their
Yeah.
military and how they defeated the U.S. and this and that, and they all believe it. But then everybody on the outside like just laughing at them.
Oh,
You
God.
know,
Yeah.
like they're just like the laughing stock of the world. Like the
Bro.
only reason people respect them a little bit is because they got nukes, and that they don't even really got them. Like they be
Yeah.
saying they got them, but like no proof. You know,
Yeah.
like so.
Imagine like being like believing in reincarnation and then being reincarnated to North Korea.
Fuck.
That's the least like
I know.
Die at that
yeah,
point.
just die off myself like.
Baby. Shit, next year you got game vividness. What do you want to say about that?
Oh, game vividness. So I was playing Ghosts of Tsushima,
Yeah.
right? And it made me think about. So me and my girlfriend like to play video games together, and like I'll just be playing them, and she'll just sit there and watch.
Oh yeah.
And she, you know, to her it's like a movie. To me too, you know, it's almost like a movie, and I'm just playing that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But like, we played Outlast first.
Oh yeah.
You know, that scary game, and it felt like I was this reporter in that motherfucker, you know. And so like that was the vibe for like every time I'd start that bitch up, like damn, you know, better get to recording, you know, like I'm this reporter dude. And then next was Miles Morales, and so like I was playing that shit, and I was like, I'm really Spider-Man up in this motherfucker,
Yeah.
you know. And then Red Dead, I was like, I'm a fucking cowboy, bitch.
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm a fucking cowboy. You know, the Wild West and what fucking not. And right now I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm like, I'm a fucking samurai, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm a motherfucking samurai. So like, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Like, they've done a really good job of like setting the mood and the tone. You know, it really submerges you in this shit. And so every time I start that bitch up, I'm like, you know, the way of honor. I'm a samurai. Like, you know.
Hell yeah.
I be doing that shit too when I get immersed, but I used to have a problem with that shit when I was little, because I would watch a movie or I'd play a game, and then like
And you would just
I'd
download
just go
the
too fucking far. Like I'd start acting like that shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying,
outside
Like,
of-
the meme right now where it's like
Yeah.
after watching the Batman and it's like it was just a Batman movie. I mean, literally
yeah,
Batman.
that's literally how I was.
Yeah.
Like up until middle school, that's exactly how I was. Like I remember playing Assassin's Creed, and I used to like put pencils right here and like
Yeah, and
just
you're
have them
like,
like this.
You would be that type of motherfucker.
Yeah, that was me, and I used to do that shit.
Or
Ask
like-
Aaliyah, matter of fact, she knows.
Bruh.
I used to do that shit.
Well, we're not
Do
gonna
dumbass
have to-
little shit
well,
like
anyway.
that. Yeah, but yeah, I used to do dumbass shit like that.
Or like, have you ever seen that one meme that's like me as a kid, the duration of becoming a whole different person, the duration of 1 hour and a half.
The movie, yeah,
Yeah.
downloaded a new personality.
Yeah,
or some
God.
shit. Yeah,
I'd
that's
come out that
fucking
bitch, I'll be
crazy.
like, yo, I'm the Avengers, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, I am Iron Man.
I mean, I'm Vin Diesel. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I really like that shit.
Yes, sir. Speaking of fucking people are taking it too far, you got on here Queretaro versus Atlas.
Querétaro and
Querétaro.
versus
Queretaro versus Atlas.
Okay, so these are soccer teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Querétaro versus Atlas. This was just
Like
I
a
think
week or two
Saturday.
ago, something.
No, it was
Yeah.
Saturday. It was
Something like that.
just last week on Saturday. And bro, that shit is a fucking national
Yeah,
disgrace, homie.
That shit is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
So basically, what happened is, for those of you that don't know, it was a soccer game, and Querétaro basically started beating the fuck out of motherfuckers, and it was a whole ass brawl, like the whole
Yeah,
stadium.
everybody started beefing.
Yeah, everybody started getting beat the fuck up. If you're wearing like an Atlas shirt, you're getting beat the fuck up. Like, and so you can just it's a sad thing because you could see like families running across the fields and like
Like trying to
you know
be
trying to
safe
get the
and
fuck out
shit,
and like you can see that their kid is without a shirt, like so that way they want to get the beat the fuck up, and officials are trying to like soccer officials are trying to keep the shit under the wraps, some kind of way, but really there's been 30 plus confirmed people
Yeah.
dead
Damn.
and hundreds of injured, bruh, and
Fuck.
like you can see there's plenty of like fucked up videos,
Yeah.
bro.
Mhm.
You'll see the videos. They'll like tear the shirts off them. They'll get the motherfuckers butt ass naked and just
Yeah.
start beating the fuck out of them.
Damn.
And like they'll kill them motherfuckers. There's this one where they're like beating this motherfucker up. Some motherfucker comes out of nowhere. He got a fucking machete, and he just swings down on this fucker.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, bro, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that shit is no joke.
They're grabbing chairs and what fucking not,
Yeah,
and like
fuck.
swinging on, motherfuckers, and it's fucked up. And
Yeah.
basically everybody's outraged by this because it's like damn, like, the Mexican people are like damn, like the way I grew up and the way I know how to like live and my customs and all that shit. I do not stand by these people. We do not
Yeah.
accept these people. These are the 1% like that we do not own. At
Yeah.
all. And like here they are fucking up the whole shit. And like
Yeah,
they're basically
my tios in Mexico are like reposting a bunch of shit on Facebook, and saw
Really?
some shitty meme where it was like, oh, well, your kid learns that like if you take him to like a soccer stadium and there's like a kid flipping off the like stadium and
Yeah.
shit, and it's like versus if you put them in like karate or some shit and it's like discipline. It's some
Yeah,
shitty
yeah,
memes
this-
like that,
yeah,
and I
this
did
shit-
not know what the fuck they were talking about. I was like, okay, for sure.
Word.
And then I stumbled upon that. But before that, I stumbled upon that FIFA was supposed to, or Mexico was getting kicked out of the World Cup.
Oh yeah, people.
Yeah, like people was trying to kick them out. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, okay. And then I saw that. And I think there is because of that.
Yeah, no, I
But
didn't.
they
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
been kicked out yet. I think
No, it's
they're in deliberations.
they're
for
not.
it.
No, it's not.
something like
It's
that.
not in the works at all. Like really, it's just people are saying that like
That they should get kicked
yeah,
out.
that's what people are saying.
Because they banned them from one of them.
There's nothing official about it yet, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just people on the internet just being like they should get,
Yeah.
and that's it. But really,
That's
it's
just
a
crazy.
it's a like sad case for soccer,
Yeah.
for humans, for the Mexican people. Like
Yeah.
damn, bro, like we're getting this is what motherfuckers are this is how we're getting represented now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just by some stupid hoodlums
Yeah.
out here, and like man, it's fucked up, It's really
Unfortunately,
fucked up.
that's just the culture that they built over there. Like that's
Yeah,
just what they
low-key.
do. And it's just like it sucks.
I don't know
but,
about
like,
you, but that's not no culture that I know.
No, I mean like that's the culture that they set in soccer games. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows this for the longest time. This isn't like a recent thing. Everybody knows
Yeah,
for the
like the
longest
beef
time.
goes deep. for
Yeah,
that shit.
like Mexico
oh, I
fans.
know that, but like
Mexico fans are like the Dallas Cowboys fans of Mexico. Like
that was a bad comparison.
They're all fucking annoying. Okay, but they're like fucking annoying and like they take shit too far.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, but like, I don't know about all that. You know, I understand.
Mhm.
I've seen motherfuckers get mad. I've seen a lot of family feuds. I've seen motherfuckers throwing punches. But we're talking about deaths, bro. We're talking about an international, shame, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So
okay, say what you will about that. Like, I know, bro. Like, that doesn't just apply to soccer. That applies to football. That applies to, all these other fucking sports because you see it all the time.
yeah,
It's not just soccer. Like, I will say that in soccer, like, for sure, them motherfuckers do be like, oh, you like this team? Fuck you. But, like, we're talking about people being killed. We're talking about people fearing for their lives that just spent money on a good, game that wanted to take their family out.
Yeah.
We're talking about innocent people just, humiliated and like stripped of their pride and, of their life, of their health. It's fucked up. You feel me? There's no excuse for this shit, bro. So like, I know you're not trying to defend it, but I'm just saying like there's no excuse, bro. Like straight the fuck up. So yeah.
and it's crazy because it's like the Mexican people, like depending on what part you go to, it could be like the most beautiful type of people, the nicest type of people around. But then it also could turn into like these are like the worst people on fucking earth. Like
it really
you can look at them and like in a way they look more threatening than any other race in the world. Just because of their mob mentality that they have. Like, you don't see this shit anywhere else. Like, this shit doesn't happen in the European leagues, like the UK leagues. This shit doesn't happen over there. This shit's like...
It happens to a degree.
Yeah, but not like this is what I mean. Like, this shit... It's just known that the Mexican league is, like, way more... Like... How do I say?
No idea.
I'm trying to find a word for it, but shit like this happens more often where it's like people get in fights or people kill each other over dumbass shit like this, and it's like, I get it that you're a fan of the team, but there's a limit.
But but no, I know what you're talking about, but that's outside the league. You feel me? Or not. It is like a thing of it, but I'm talking about like this is outside the stadium. This is outside the games. You feel me? Sure, like fights will happen, like bum fights will happen in the stadium. Shit will get calmed down, but like, this is the first time, in the history of this shit that has been it was the biggest fucking bum fight ever.
Yeah,
in a stadium, bro. Because the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, the whole
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's known that outside of that bitch, like shit does go down. Motherfuckers will get, beat the fuck up, robbed, killed even for their, bitch ass teams. But bro, like, once again, this is unexcusable. Like it's unforgivable. This is fucked up. So
who started it? Was it the Mexican fans or the Queretaro fans? Because one of them had to start the riot.
Queretaro is the Mexican fans.
Oh, so who are they playing against?
Atlas.
So I don't know anything about soccer, bro.
Where's Atlas okay. I ain't gonna sit here in front and know that I don't know either, but I just know that Queretaro is the ones that, like.
I thought they were playing against Mexico.
Nah.
I'm confused, bro.
Okay.
All I know is I saw Atlas jerseys.
Team or no?
I saw Atlas jerseys.
I don't know, but I know that
jerseys.
Queretaro is the one that like is being held responsible. You feel me?
Because I saw Mexico jerseys and Atlas jerseys. I don't know what the city they.
Queretaro is part of Mexico.
Okay.
It's like I guess a city or some shit somewhere around there. They just happen to have a team that's from, Mexico.
Okay, so, because what I saw, right, I didn't really do too much into it. The Atlas fans are the ones who started the beef.
Oh, really?
That's what I saw. Because because the people getting beat the fuck up were the Mexican fans.
Atlas is also a Mexican club.
Yeah. The Mexico fans were the ones getting beat the fuck up. That's what I saw.
Most of them are. Well, Querétaro is the one that's being, like, held accountable for it. So, I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
I couldn't tell you. Feel me?
Cause like my dad's always told me like, cause when I was little I was like, oh, I want to go to a game. Take me to a game, and he was always like, that's the one place I'll never fucking take you. We can watch them at home, but I'll never take you to a game.
Damn.
Because he's like, I've known, like, they don't just, like, fight and shit like that. Like, he says that, like, sometimes people buy, like, beers or whatever.
Yeah.
Drink them bitches. They'll piss in them, and then they'll fucking throw them. Or they'll buy cups with, like, liquid on them and throw it away, piss in it, and they'll throw, like, piss on the fucking, on the field or whatever, or at players and shit like that. And he's like, we're never going to go to a game. Because I'm not going to risk, like, anything like that. Yeah. And then when it happened, he was like, "Ira, ya ves?" Like, that's why I told you I would never take you guys to a game.
Sabi.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, indeed crazy.
Well, speaking of crazy ass shit, on this podcast, we're not going to do free promos. But I do want to talk about this one fucking company that I keep seeing, no matter fucking where it is on any social media, right? You might know them. They're, anyways, so you guys might know this fucking company. It rhymes with Mr. Asquatch. So it's this soap company, right? That's emerged fairly recently, like a year or two ago.
He's lost. He doesn't know.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you don't know, bro.
Yeah, the motherfucking soap company. They have bars of soap in one fucking
Nah,
app.
bro, you don't know.
Come on, shut the fuck up.
Nah.
Get on with it.
Anyways, but these motherfuckers, like, it's a relatively new company, like a year or two ago at most.
Yeah.
And somehow they get every fucking brand deal on this earth. Like, when the Star Wars bullshit was coming out, the trilogy, they had bars of soap lined up. And then when it got popular again with, like, the Mandalorian and shit, they got another fucking brand deal with them. And then now with the fucking Batman movie, they got some fucking Batman soap. I'm like, who the fuck is y'all? How the fuck are y'all getting these
apparently
brand deals?
this fucking soap is supposed to be really fucking good.
Supposedly, allegedly, but I've never had
it. My brother like bought like one of
the bars.
Yeah, no, they don't just come with bars. They also come with like conditioner and like shampoo. I think the bar is just for like the body. Yeah, but like,
is it any good?
I mean, I fuck with one of them. You know, like they try and do like this natural shit. I don't really fuck with like they have like this pine one. Yeah, that shit was ass. I like the only one I like.
Best one.
Fuck no.
Pine tar.
Oh shit! Damn.
Fuck no, you fucking up. Anyways, you wearing that? Say you go on a first date. Mm-hmm. You fucking with that? If I smell like pine trees?
I don't know how that smells, though.
It smell like ass.
Some bitches do.
It smells like ass.
Because like it depends.
Of course you're gonna say no if you're just like, oh, it smells like ass.
Because some of them, sometimes like I feel like the pine tree scent in general is a hit or miss. Yeah. Because either it smells like just shit grass or it smells like a minty like leaf type shit, like how it's kind of supposed to come out.
But regardless, I'm not gonna wear that fucking scent. I'd rather wear something like. You know. Anyways,
he's like, I'd rather wear Axe.
They had this one that was called Fresh Falls. I fucked with that one. It was just it was just fucking.
But does it actually do what it says it does though? Because what
the fuck?
Because in the ads they're like, oh yeah, you use this soap and whatever, and like you can smell it off your skin. No.
He's like, does it, bro?
You can.
Yo,
no,
he's trying to know
because some of their ads go like that. They're like fucking with the bar of soap, and then they get cut to the girlfriend like, you fucking with this? And she's like, oh, I'm fucking with this. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of him.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is like in the ads they're like, oh, like you can smell it off.
Yeah. But I think that's with the bar of soap.
Yeah, you can. I mean, like, it's cool. You know, it's alright. It's fucking soap.
You wouldn't be like a repeat buyer, pues.
I feel like I'd buy it one time. If they had a good ass like scent, then maybe I'd you know. That's as far as it goes for me, you know.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy. All the fucking promo that the Batman has come out with, because I feel like this is one of those movies where it's like Loki doesn't need any promo because everyone's already fucking hyped for it. Yeah. And everyone on every social media platform, especially TikTok, was giving it free promo basically leading up to it. But these motherfuckers still went and had like a deal with Little Caesars, Papa John's. They had one with Fossil. They had like a Fossil watch with the Batman and shit.
No way.
Yeah, and then of course Mr. Asswatch.
I was like, what does that mean? But like,
I caught the joke immediately.
Yeah, as soon as you like,
they had like a fuck ton of those. Yeah. I'm like, dog, holy shit! Like, I guess you know, fuck it.
Who knows? If you use that shit, can you know?
In the comments. So
let us know.
Actually worked.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. You getting bitches?
Yeah,
so you can get your
late. Yeah, let me know. Let me know, bro.
Please, him though, especially.
Yeah, so I can buy some of that shit. You know.
Yeah, for real.
Let me know if you get bitches with that shit for real.
I mean, you need that.
Because you know how all these like YouTubers have like these like companies like
Yeah, and then I feel like because you can't low key trust it because it's like
yeah.
that's their whole like marketing strategy is like reach out to influencers and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of solely do that. Like I don't think I've seen a commercial anywhere else other than like social media for them.
Yeah.
But I
You
mean,
know?
like YouTubers who have their own companies. Like if you watch, I don't know if you guys watch Teaching Men's Fashion.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so this is this guy who talks about like
I can
teaching men's
assume.
fashion. Yeah.
One would assume.
So like he has like this cologne brand. I think it's called Santa Lucia or something like that. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, this shit we make it with like the best this and that, and like it's 3 cents, and you won't ever need shit no more. And it's supposed to be really fucking good.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you never really know if it's good or not because the people who review it sometimes get like some money or
Exactly,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
or they'll
It's
get a
always, like,
brand
paid.
deal for it. So
Yeah.
it's like when you go on the reviews and they're like, "Oh yeah, this shit is really good," yada yada yada.
like it's paid for.
It's
yeah.
paid for. So you don't know until you get it yourself, and then it's like it's either gonna be good, like they
Or
say it
it's
is, or it's
mid.
gonna be fucking
Yeah.
ass.
You know
And
the
then-
one brand deal that I believe?
What?
Manscaped.
Manscaped. Oh, I was gonna say about that one too. Yeah.
Cruz have that shit.
Oh, Joey Diaz as well, yeah. All the motherfuckers.
Wait, who?
Yeah, yeah.
Joey Diaz?
Who's Joey Diaz?
Joey Coco Diaz? It
I
don't
don't
matter,
know.
anyways.
Fucking nobody for real. No.
But
No,
I do
yeah,
know.
I
I
know
do
the
know.
name, but
Yeah.
I don't remember from where.
He was actually in the Spider-Man, the one with Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where he's
he-
like, "Wake the fuck up, motherfucking fucking cocksuckers!" That guy.
yeah, that
Oh,
yeah, that's the
yeah,
motherfucker.
the
But
audio.
yeah, he was in Spider-Man, and it's like in the train with Doc Ock, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You're gonna have to get through us to get to him."
Oh,
that's
yeah.
him.
Shit, that's him.
That's him, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's like, and he does the little podcast, right?
yeah, he has his own podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
then
always
the-
with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
it's the meme that's been going around where like he's like this, and then the American anthem comes on. He's like, "Wake
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck up, cocksuckers!"
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I know
that
that
one, yeah.
meme, but I don't know his podcast and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
Though.
that's pretty cool.
Hey, have you guys used that one,
Which one?
Manscaped?
Nope,
No,
but I
I can't
believe
say
you.
that.
I mean, it's
It's just
I
a
just-
shaver.
I use traditional razor, scissors.
yeah, me
Yeah,
too. But that
shit.
should be taking a fucking minute.
They
Yeah.
do.
So
I just let my shit grow though. Fuck it. Long locks. I don't care.
What the fuck?
hey, I'm a
Dude, that
fucking
shit gets painful, low key. If you let it grow out long enough, like it'll like entangle in itself.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gotten it. I've never.
I'm just a hairy ass motherfucker. So.
That makes sense.
And it's literally strictly from the waist down. Like I'm not even that hairy up top.
Yeah, you
but,
really
like,
know. Well, your legs are more hairy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. From the waist down, like
Yeah.
that's where I got on my hair.
Yeah.
But like my grandpa, and my dad are like really hairy, like everywhere. So I'm thinking it's gonna hit me, just not yet.
Yeah,
so like
I
eventually I'm gonna. Have y'all ever seen Malcolm in the Middle?
I have.
No.
I've seen a little bit. Yeah.
But anyways, I think this was like the first episode or like one of the first ones, where they're like getting ready for school, and the dad is like hairy as fuck,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just like butt ass naked in the kitchen, and she's shaving him down. That's gonna be
Yeah.
me. That's like
Bro.
my dad. Like that's the type of hair my dad has. It's like everywhere.
No way.
Yeah, and so like
The
I feel like
Wolfman?
exactly like it's gonna be like that. But
I was
it's
about to
gonna have
say
be
like
back down
I
the
feel
line.
I feel really fucking bad for the people that are like them, like that are like fucking hairy all the way around, like from right fucking here all the
Yeah.
way. I'm like, fuck, bro, that's gotta be fucking horrible. Like,
Nah, bro, it's pretty fun. I be petting myself all the time. If you
Hey,
watch this
yo.
podcast, you'll notice I'm always fucking rubbing my leg hairs. I'm like petting them and shit.
fuck no.
Yeah,
I'll be damn
I always do
sure.
that shit with my facial hair.
Oh, I like
Like
play
that.
with them. Yeah,
Well, I understand the facial hair one, but like
it's the
to
same
have that
concept,
shit
just everywhere.
everywhere?
Else. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
I don't know. Maybe it's because since I don't have it, like I don't know, you know, because
Maybe
I'm not
that's
I'm not a hairy
motherfuckers.
person at all, really.
yeah, motherfuckers had to artificially grow their shit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Had
not a
to
hairy
take
person at all.
Their face to a lab.
On me,
I mean,
Oh,
got
God.
implants in this bitch.
Oh fucking baby! Damn. So, y'all heard about how the church is in fucking shambles right now?
I
Like
have
the
not.
Catholic Church.
Mm,
So
that's
it's
what
been
you
this
told me.
thing, right? So you like in the Catholic Church, you have to get baptized, right? I mean, like you don't have to, but it's like one of the big things there, right?
Yeah,
And so when the fathers are baptizing you, the little thing goes, I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? And then boom, you're baptized. Like they do the holy water and shit, and then it's a whole event, right? So some fucking pastors or someone came out and they're like, oh, like some shit happened, and they were like, oh, I say we. Like we baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? Because like to make like a sense of community, and then also it's like it's not me blessing you, it's me and God, right? It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm acting as a vessel, so like we. And so word got out, and everyone was like, "No, bozo, like you're wrong. Like that's not how it goes." Like all the learned motherfuckers, and it got to the point where like they were arguing about it so much that it made its way up to like the Vatican, and the Vatican like
fuck?
had a decision on it, had to like make a decision over it, and so they had a meeting, and then they came out and they were like, "Oh yeah, if you're saying like we or whatever and not I, like you're dead wrong. Like it's actually I baptize you and whatever, and if you say we, that shit's invalid." Like
Damn.
like that shit don't count basically. And so that motherfucker, like all his baptisms were like invalidated basically, right?
Damn.
But el pedo es that more and more fathers and shit and priests came out and they were like, I do that shit too.
Yeah.
And so they're like, the whole shit is invalidated for them too, and they're like, "Yep, sucks to suck, buddy. Like, fuck you."
Oh, damn,
And
that's
it's to the point where this one father, like, I guess he was like, he's like a young father or some shit. So his baptism was on video, and he went back and watched the video, and the motherfucker baptizing him said, "We baptize you," and so his shit is invalid. But to be like a father or like a priest or whatever, you have to have like all of these things, like
Yeah,
the baptism, the communion, the
Yeah, for
confirmation,
sure.
everything. And so with the baptism invalidated, he doesn't have one of the three, and
He's no longer. A
and
father.
he's like a false father, and it's like he always has been basically. So and this motherfucker was like, he had already done all these other baptisms, all these first communions, confirmations,
Yeah.
even like sending people off like their last wishes or whatever, because you can get that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
done.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, dog, like I've done all this shit, and they're like, damn, that's invalid, bozo. Like, fuck you.
Fuck.
And so like the church is in fucking shambles right now, and everyone's like scrambling to be like, yo, is my shit valid, or you know, like that type of
Damn,
shit.
Fuck. I wonder
Yeah.
if. Am I valid, bro?
That's what I was gonna say.
Am I valid?
Because like, what do you do in that situation? You got to go back and do everything.
Basically, yeah, especially if you're the fucking father, like,
Fuck.
and so everyone's like, yeah, we'll just go back and do that shit. But like the father was like, dog, like I've sent people away, like,
Yeah.
like they're dying, and I'll like pray for them, and I'll like pray for God to let them into heaven or whatever. But like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Go do that shit again? They're
Yeah,
dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight the fuck up.
Yeah.
This is some fucking bullshit.
It is some fucking bullshit. That's why the church is a fucking lie. You know, it's just some fucking bullshit. But everyone didn't know this, or if you haven't, it's about time you should, because of this fucking bullshit. You know, it's like, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree, but I'm a man of God.
Yeah.
I'm a very spiritual person. I firmly believe in God. And that being said, you don't need to go to church to praise God
Yeah,
and
yeah,
believe
no,
in
you
God.
don't.
You don't need to do any of that shit. I mean, it's like a +1, you know, getting
Yeah.
your communion, your baptism, you know, confirmation and whatnot.
the baptism
But,
is like at least the least you can do is get fucking baptized.
But like,
Nah, but even then, it don't fucking matter like that.
but
Like, you're really gonna sit here and tell me like I can be a devout believer of God, but it's like I get to the pearly gates, and he's like, bro, you don't have your fucking confirmation. My fault. I'm gonna have
No,
to
I
send
know.
you down under. Like,
That's
you
what
know?
I mean. Like the least you can do is
No,
the
even
baptism.
if it, like I wasn't baptized,
yeah, same
like
shit.
it wouldn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
it's sort of like in the verse in the in the God universe or whatever. Like, you know,
yeah, you're
like-
right. Because he can't just deny you.
Yeah,
I mean,
isn't this supposed to be like your benevolent, ever loving God? That's like,
Yeah.
if you accept me, like before you die or whatever, like I'll let you in. So
Okay,
it's
that's
like you're
not how
really
that
gonna
works,
tell
though.
me. No, but that's how most people preach him,
Yeah,
especially
but
to
that's
get
not-
people in.
because like that, I was hearing about that shit too, and it's like a lot of people are like, they have that mindset where it's like, oh yeah, like people that sin, they just be like, oh yeah, I could just sin, and I'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then he'll just like forgive me, you know,
No, but
like
everyone like who's like in the church, like they'll tell you that shit. They'll be like, you can't just be sorry or this or that, but then they'll go out and preach, and it's like, and they'll always be like, oh, like as long as you repent,
Yeah.
or whatever, or like as long as you're like actually like regretful or like sorry, like he'll let you
Yeah.
in, and it don't
it's
matter.
because that's how they bring people in.
No, but even
Well,
then, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
and either which way, it's
'cause-
awesome fucking bullshit. Because it's
Yeah.
like, are you really gonna tell me some benevolent motherfucker existing like outside of time and space and whatever is not gonna let me in on a fucking contingency of a
Yeah.
bullshit tradition I have to follow here on Earth?
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
I actually have like a good something that I believe too is like, you know how they say that if your parents aren't married, it's a cardinal sin or whatever, or like something like that. If your parents aren't married and they have kids,
yeah,
So my parents are like that. They're not married, and they had me and my sister, right?
Mhm.
So by that logic, it's hell no matter
Exactly.
what, right? But the thing about it is, my parents have tried to get married, but they're from like the Stone Age.
Yeah.
None of that shit was like it was.
Recorded,
It's not on
and then,
record.
like you need
you know?
like all your paperwork
And
to like.
we went, and they were like, "Hey, this shit was in the Stone Age. I got fucking baptized, and I got my first communion and my confirmation done in this fucking off little town where nothing is on record. And
Yeah,
what do I
literally.
do?" And they're like, "You gotta find it. You gotta get record
Yeah,
of,
like
of
you gotta
somehow
find it or you
getting
gotta
that
like
shit."
redo it or some shit.
Yeah, and then they're like, but then my dad's like, "Why the fuck am I gonna redo it again? Like, there's no point of redoing it again. I can't
Yeah.
redo it again. It's supposed to be a one-time thing, and once you do it, you do it.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why he's like, fuck that. Like, we're just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I understand. And then it's like, part of me is like, fuck, like that shit's tough. But then the other half of me is kind of like you. It's like, they're not gonna get fucking denied off of like,
yeah, and
you
that's
know?
and that's a big argument, especially to like to just like toxic church goers in
Yeah.
general. It's always like, oh, like your God is so loving, and but He's not gonna let me in on a contingency. Like, what loving God is gonna look at me and be like, oh, I'm sorry, bro, you weren't baptized. I can't let you in.
Yeah,
you know, like.
Yeah.
Type shit, or it's like, oh, bro, you got a tattoo, like, fuck you.
Yeah,
hell
right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
same
no,
thing with my
tattoos-
piercings and whatnot.
Tattoos and
Like-
I don't think tattoos and piercings
It's
have.
a
Yeah, they are.
certain-
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, they
Tattoos
are.
haven't. I know
Yes.
that for
Yeah,
sure.
they are.
It's literally in
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah, they
Bible.
are,
It
bro.
says like God says that like if you tarnish your body by like writing in it, like you're gonna go to hell. Or
Yeah,
some
but
bullshit like
yeah.
that was back then because people would cut
that's-
themselves. They would cut themselves
It
for
refers
people
to
that were
that too.
dead.
Well, it
No, no,
refers to any like.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so,
so
like-
it describes like ink.
No,
and
because I looked it
bullshit.
up. I looked it up because I was like, before I get anything done, I want to make sure that I'm not fucking up. And the way it's written is people back then, when someone died, they would cut themselves, like cutting themselves, and they would carve shit into their skin with that like intent of like honoring someone who was dead, right?
But
Buddy,
that's
what
what
are
a tattoo.
tattoos?
No.
That's what a tattoo is.
It's literally,
literally
cutting
like-
into your skin.
It's like
And
a bunch
actually,
of
it's a
like
step
needles.
further.
It's a bunch of needles, just
Needles
like
that cut into your skin and leave ink. That's the reason it
Yeah, I guess
stays.
you're right. Well, cause,
And then
cause
okay, and
because
then
what I look,
okay, and then I'm hearing.
saw,
No, hold up. But like I'm hearing you right. But like, why are you doing all this research? You have a piercing. Hell,
Hell.
yeah, you're right.
yeah. So
I'm
like,
already fucking going.
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't matter.
It's hot as
Yeah.
fucking here. Who turned on the fucking heat?
Nah, I think we turned it down actually.
Shit.
Either way, we're about to finish. So
Yeah,
just
but
bear with us.
yeah, you're right.
No, well, like
Either
okay.
way, I just think it's awesome fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you
Well,
shouldn't
yeah,
let anybody
like-
be like, nah, bro, you're not gonna get into
Yeah.
heaven because this is not like.
Also,
believe
like
what
when
the fuck you
people are
want to
like,
believe.
"Oh, because you're gay, you're not going to
Exactly, and the thing is, like just how we were arguing about that shit, like about the tattoo shit just now. It's like that shit's always happened, and it's always happened because of this bullshit book written like thousands, eons ago, basically. You know, and
shit
it's
gets
like,
lost in translation.
not only that, but it's like shit is outdated.
Yeah,
Like there's this one like whole ass passage in the Bible where it's like, oh, like I will not let a fucking woman hold any power over like my son, or it's like they shouldn't, like they're placed subservient to the man, and it's
What?
like that's an outdated ideal, but it's in the Bible and it's stated as
Yeah.
fact. And then you bring it up to like priests and they like try to explain it off and like tiptoe it around, but then they go and be like, don't get fucking tattoos or you're going to hell. It's
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
using the same logic that
You're
I'm
using the
using
same
against
logic,
you,
yeah.
you know?
and
It's
like motherfuckers that'll like me specifically, bro. I have like family members. They'll be like, "Go to church, bro." I'm like, "Motherfucker, don't tell me what to do first and
Yeah.
foremost, and second of all, I'm already doing my part. Or I mean, not even like my part. Like I'm like practicing my beliefs the way I
Yeah.
want to. Like I said, I don't need to go to church to be in like the presence
Exactly.
of like, you know, and then I'm going to go to church to have somebody tell me how to believe in
yeah,
you know my shit.
It makes
It's like
no sense.
it makes no sense.
Like-
And if you're, especially if you're talking about this once again, this benevolent God that exists everywhere. Like that's how they describe him
Yeah.
to you. It's like he's omnipotent, so he's everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like then I don't need to be at church to
Yeah,
practice.
literally.
because
you know,
if not,
it's
praying would be
futile
irrelevant.
anywhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
literally.
so I don't know.
mean,
It's, the church
like-
has always been some fucking bullshit.
one thing I don't like is people who like blame their like shit that happens to them in their lives on God.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, this bad shit happened to me. Like, I crashed and totaled my car.
Yeah,
If God was such a loving God, why did he let my car get totaled?"
yeah.
Right? But they don't understand
It's like,
that
motherfucker.
the devil is a thing. you know, like, or
Yeah.
that bad shit is just gonna happen in the world.
It's like it's that, but then there's also the polar opposite. Like I saw someone on TikTok hop on where it's like, man, motherfuckers will like try to like use God to like explain bullshit. But he went on to describe a situation how like when he was young, he was in the car with his siblings, his mom, and like a stepdad or some shit, and they were like going down the highway, and the stepdad like was getting like
I
angry
know
with
what
his
you're talking
mom,
about. Yeah.
and he like jerked the wheel. And like they crashed and like they rolled and everything, but they survived. And then later on, the mom was like, "Remember, God let us survive." And he was like, "No, bitch! Like if you weren't fucking with this like deadbeat ass motherfucker, we'd still be alive. Like God or not, like we wouldn't have gone through it in the first place."
Yeah, because
so, you know,
he can't control everything. You know.
Yeah, and
it's
even
like
then,
people who
it's-
firmly grab onto that aspect of him being like the loving God that shouldn't let anything bad happen is like,
Okay, hold up. All right, I'm about to step in real quick. So I'm hearing what you're saying, but like I feel like you're wording this a little wrong.
maybe so.
So
You go
like
ahead.
okay, so people will like grasp onto this shit. It's like everything that I do, it's through God's will. Like I'm doing this because you know. It is what God has, you know,
In mind, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
this is what God has, like, you know, for me, right? And like, I mean, to a certain extent, you know, I feel like in a future tense, almost like that can apply. Like, okay, like God has this waiting for me. Like I need to persist and whatnot. But like, if you blame every single action on God, it's pretty fucking stupid because like. I'm a recovering drug addict, you know, like that was just a you know, a page in my book that, you know, God had for me. It's like, no, motherfucker, like
you did that
you
shit.
did that shit, you know, like,
and then it's also like up to you to recover, not
exactly.
God, you know.
Yeah, like if anything, it's like a you know, something to lean on, you know, something to help you, like a crutch almost, you feel me? But like motherfuckers will sit here and be like, my brother, like, or I try to kill my brother, and I have recovered from that, you know, through God, you know, like, and it's like, motherfucker, something is wrong with you, and like, you did that shit, and you know, good for, you know, if anything, God was with your brother, you feel me? Because like, you know, nothing happened, but like, there's always been like this thing of like free will, like, and, like in the church, you feel me? Like it's
that's always been the thing. It's like God's plan, but it's also like God gave you autonomy because it's like allegedly, like if he wanted to, like he would just make you love him. But it's like he gave you autonomy to like choose to love him or whatever.
Exactly, and like to choose to do the things that you do. Like really, if it wasn't like this, bro, I mean, life would be quote unquote perfect. We'd be some fucking like robots that would, you know, go and do whatever the fuck we do every day, you know, as we're told to do so, like puppets, right? And no, you know, there's bad things in the world, there's good things in the world, and it's like it's up to who to do what's right, because like, you know, that's how it goes.
But
you know, we're humans.
I think you're talking about
we're sentient.
something different than I was trying to say. Because I know what you're talking about, but to me that was more like you know how sometimes people say, "Oh, just leave it up to God." Right?
Yeah.
But then it's also like the way my parents have always told me is like, yeah, leave it up to God, but don't leave everything to him. You have to do your part too.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
that goes into it.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I was trying to say is like people who blame him for shit that happens bad in their life, and they use that to turn on him, like to talk shit, or like to be like, this is why, you see? Oh, I crashed my car, you see? God shouldn't have let me crash my car. Because if he was so good, why did he let me crash my car? This is why I don't believe in God. And they tell you shit like that,
be annoying like
right?
that,
And they tell you shit like that, and it's like, you have to understand that he doesn't control everything, right? Like,
he lets life do its thing.
yeah,
you know?
and like he can't control everything, and like there's always gonna be like the free will thing. Like, not everybody is gonna be a good person, and he can't control that.
Yeah,
because there's free will, right? But that's just always something that I've encountered a lot of people like that who will like use something bad that's happened in their life and then use that to turn on you and try to like tell you like, hey, look,
I've encountered
this is why.
too many like of all these sorts. You feel me? Like there is one of each of them. There's a devout motherfucker
Yeah.
that's like, oh, you know, I go to church every fucking Sunday. I do this and that. It's like, but bro, like,
You're a shit
know-
person.
Yeah, like
yeah,
they'll be
or
rotten
like,
to the core,
or
yeah.
like you're not really in, you know, spiritually intact like you're
Yeah.
supposed to be. Like
Yep.
you're not, you know, because everybody has their way of doing it, you know. And if you're going by the church definition and you think by going to church you're being like, oh, I believe in him, and it's just I just go to church, that's it. No, you have to like. There's like something inside you, you
Yeah.
feel me, that has to like do that for you, you feel me? It's not by going to church and by doing all the shit, that's now you believe in God. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's you. And there's the motherfuckers that hate on him, like you were saying. There's the motherfuckers that always do that shit. And there's the motherfuckers that make you feel bad. Always make you feel bad. It's like, oh, you don't believe in God, bro? All right,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's
like,
fucking sick.
you know,
Those
yeah.
two people
like,
are the worst.
that, you know, God is gonna see through that. You don't get into heaven. It's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you got it, man.
Oh,
Like,
God.
there's the motherfuckers that will shame you for not going to church, for not, you know, doing the things. Oh, you didn't baptize your baby yet? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know,
Yeah.
like, you haven't done your confirmation, you haven't done your first communion or anything like that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you need to fix yourself. You are not a believer and follower of God at all. There's the motherfuckers that will belittle you, bro. There's too many of the
too
sword.
many.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you believe in God or
Leave that
anything,
shit
as a
on
matter of
your
fact,
own
if it,
terms.
like, if you know, whatever your religion, you know, believes in, it's how you believe in it. It's how you follow through with it. You know,
Yeah.
it's how you stick with it. It's not how people tell you. It's not the textbook definition, the church.
Yeah.
You know, it's you. You feel
Yeah.
me? It's you, and
you.
it's you in that, you know, that
Yeah.
presence and being. You know, like, it ain't nobody else. That's only you and your business. You feel me? You ain't gonna go and tell people, you know, your sexuality every fucking day of
Yeah.
your life. It's like, oh, this is what I'm into. This is no, man. That's your own business. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna keep it that way. Same thing with being religious. You know.
Yeah, like
So-
that's some personal shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's up to you ultimately.
Yeah,
like,
to, like-
fuck what anybody says.
Exactly.
The requisites that you have to go through, like this and that. Like, believe what
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah,
And
because
everybody is different because, like, even in what you were saying about, like, oh, this and that, like, I believe, I think me and your, like, faith is kind of, like, in the same place, except for I think the only one that I've seen, like, just now that we differ from is my kids will be baptized. You know, like, that's one thing I would do. But that's because
I mean, that's how I was saying, like, an example. But yeah,
oh,
I feel
okay.
you.
Because, like, that's just how my parents taught me. Like, that's the very least you can do. Because,
No,
like,
but
I have to answer for
I
that
was
shit.
I was just
you
gonna
know?
give you like I was just giving
Example,
like, an
yeah.
example, of how
Yeah.
people like act. No, I mean, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, shit goes down as it goes.
Baby.
But like, you know, like I'm saying, you know,
Shit, nah,
you
yeah,
just
for me, it's like, once again, it's like the circumcision shit. It's like, it can be done later in life. Like, why am I going to do it for them where it's like, they don't get to choose?
What do you mean?
Like I get the, in like, what's it called? Doing it like in preparation of.
yeah.
So it's like, I know I'm going to put my kids in the church and this and that. So like, I got to get this for them. But it's like, fuck that. I'm going to let them choose. Like,
Yeah,
let them
that-
do whatever
I'm-
the fuck they want.
I'm
Like,
in agreement.
I'm going to present this shit to them. And then if they like whatever they choose, and then I'm gonna support that wholeheartedly. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
if you want to be fucking, if you want to follow the Christianity route, then I'm gonna tell you like, hey, you need to get baptized, this and that, and then all that. Or like, let's say they want to follow Islam and all that shit, or you know, like shit like that. Like, I'm gonna just present everything to them,
regardless of they're
like, almost like unbiasedly, and then be like, look, man, like there's some shit that's like unexplainable in this world, and like you gotta find your own explanation.
exactly.
You know, so
So
it's like,
you're approaching it more of like an open, like a completely just open-minded.
Yeah,
it's like
standard
whatever the
to
fuck
it.
you wanna do.
I agree with what he's saying. Like, I get what you're trying to say, Gustavo. Like, you know, I'm gonna fuck with you, but I agree with that. Like, I'm not gonna force it. You know, I'm not gonna like. I'm gonna just be like, hey, this is what I believe in. This is what me and your mom believe in. We firmly believe in it. I'm gonna let you decide. You know, I'm gonna present these ideas. You know, let you see how you think about it. You know, because a lot of
Yeah.
times they'll force this shit on you, and then you'll be like, man, this is some fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
and then
And then
you'll
you end
see
up
like
hating it.
people like trying to raise their like kids like that, like I'm saying, like openness,
Yeah.
and then they'll leave them with like a grandparent or something. The grandparent will be like, "Oh, that's because God," or like
Yeah.
Jesus lives in your
Yeah.
heart, and they'll like
Yeah.
start forcing these ideas into their brain.
Exactly.
I think for me, the approach I'm gonna take is the same approach my parents took. Like,
Yeah.
I'm obligated, to only take them so far.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's your choice. You know, like
Yeah.
baptism, that's an obligation I have, right? I have to, you know, I have to answer for that one. First communion, I might not have to answer for that one that much, you know, because
Yeah.
I introduced you to it. It's kind of your choice, but at that point, you're kind of young to like be like, yeah, I want to do this or not. So that might be a thing I'm gonna like do for my kids. But after that, the confirmation like comes when you're older, in your teens.
Yeah.
So for that one, I'm just gonna leave them like, hey, it's your choice, you know, because that's how it was for me.
Yeah.
The first two weren't my choice, obviously, right? The third one was,
Yeah.
right? Because you're older and you know what you believe in, and even though like yeah, it is instilled in you, people change their minds, kind of like how you did. You know,
Yeah.
it was instilled on you, but
Yeah,
you kind of
also fuck
like
that.
took a step back and just like reevaluated everything. But that doesn't come when you're 8 years old, you know? Like, you're too young at that point to kind of take a step back and think for your own. You know,
Yeah,
you're kind of
exactly.
just going with the flow.
I feel like if anything, I'm just half and half, like with what y'all guys are saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe in I've always been like a believer in God, but I have never had that like that feeling or presence of like I've just known that that's what I believe in, you know. But never, not till this recent year, and it's about to be a year, like you know, almost a year. Not till then was I like, damn, like I have felt the presence of, you know, or what I believe the presence of that was, you know. And then when I go to church, you know, when I actually go there, it's for a reason. I'm not, bro. A lot of times I'm not even paying attention to what they're doing. I'm like, I'm doing my own thing, like real talk. It's because it's like, oh, this is supposed to be like the place of God, and this is where you can like feel His, you know, His presence the most, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like that's I believe that, you know, like when I go, that's how I feel. So yeah, it just depends on everybody how they get that experience, you know, how it goes down. Just what you believe in, you know. Don't let other people, you know, belittle you or make you believe things
about like religion and shit. It's always been like humanity's tool to like explain the unexplainable.
Yeah.
Like from way back when, like back in the Greeks, they had their own gods.
Yeah.
The Romans did too.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it's always been a thing, and it's always gonna be a thing. So you may as well make it yours.
Yeah.
Like make it your own salvation, your own whatever the fuck you want to believe in. Because at the end, nobody gives a shit. Like you know, and it's like it's really up to you. Like you die, you're like it's only you.
Yeah.
You know, like you're born alone, you're gonna die alone. But it's like people at your side, sure, but like nobody's gonna go with you.
Yeah.
You know?
And the reality is we don't even really know if any of this shit is true.
Exactly. That's
like
it.
the people who have gone and seen it haven't came back and told us about it.
Exactly.
You know, they
you
can't.
know, like nobody knows what like death and shit like holds.
There's no confirmation on whether this shit exists because you see people like, oh, I died for 5 minutes, and then went to heaven. But it's like
those fucking dreams. Yeah.
Listen, buddy, until you go back fully, come back in a year, and you tell me about this shit, then maybe I'll believe you.
Yeah.
But if you fucking died for 5 minutes. People hallucinate, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
When you're like fucking good and chilling on like drugs, you hallucinate.
Exactly.
And you're telling me I'm just not gonna hallucinate if I'm about to die?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
You know, apparently that's like a mechanism in the brain. It's like if your brain at least like knows that you're gonna die or like that you are dying, in most cases it'll like flood your brain with like the chemicals that like make you like feel good and shit. So like endorphins and like all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And so it's like so you'll have a blissful death. And so like a lot of people that have had like near death experiences will be like, oh, like I've just felt this like I was on death's door and I like felt this like rush of sort of like pleasure and bliss and I'm like this is it, like I'm done, like peace. And then like they'll get in the fucking ambulance and they'll bring them back. You know, and they're like, fuck this again, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, shit.
I think that's a pretty good end to the episode overall.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. So,
I like where that ended. I mean, just before it ends, my fault.
Nah, fuck you. We're ending this shit.
Nah, hell no.
Nah, we're ending this shit. It's minute 30. I mean, an hour 30. So this
It'd be alright.
Damn.
Do you think
this officially Skeleton wraps this bitch up, and I will take your healthy weather. Just do speed.
He puts the mask on. That's it. I've had enough. Right.
I mean,
On demon time.
no, that's what's up. Shit, I agree. Fuck it.
This thing has
We
his
ended
mic
right
in his
there.
chest. Damn,
I was
damn.
just fucking.
Right at the end,
Fucking up
bro.
my audio, goddammit. No, but yeah, so yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. You know, sorry for being a little bit serious there at the end, but it don't
Yeah.
matter. Hopefully y'all enjoyed
I
it.
mean, yeah, just make up your own fucking decisions, your own
Yes,
opinions.
sir.
Don't listen to three fuckers and a fucking one motherfucker dressed as a robber, one motherfucker with blonde hair, and ever. You feel me?
And ever.
Just post it up.
Yeah, so
But yeah, hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Follow us on Instagram.
ask these questions.
Like this video, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, Spotify, fucking Apple Podcast, all that
I mean,
shit.
Nobody did their homework from last time. Fuck up.
Oh baby.
Wait,
No,
what,
it's
is,
cool.
what was the homework? What was,
to let us know about themselves. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the shit was uploaded. You know, it's
It was
not-
up-
I think
Yeah,
it was
it was
uploaded
uploaded-
like last night.
Yeah,
I guess we
last
should
night,
probably
so-
wait.
Yeah.
But
Well, shit, if anything, yeah. Take care of your health, your
Take
wealth.
care
I
of
want to
your
see
health,
you
bro.
in the next episode. You know, I really appreciate you giving us your time.
yes, sir.
Let me throw this mask back on before I end this bitch. Take care of your healthy wealth before I steal that bitch. And you know, it's officially Scott to
Since we
wrap
wrap
this
bitch
motherfucker up.
Yes, sir.
You know, appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe.
yes, sir.
Hasta
Please tune in
luego.
for the next one.
hasta luego.